There are three kinds of people in this world. The first kind is the one who make things happen. They are the creator. The second one are the one who watch things happen. They are the one who is sitting there and watch things and making sure that, things are happening. And of course, the third one, you wouldn't want to know the third one because they don't even know why they are there. In a ball game of life, it's also the same. There are people who make things happen. There are also the people who sit down on the fence there to watch the parade that goes by, the success parade that goes by. And there are also a group of them that's so sad that this particular group are the one who doesn't even know what's head and tail, what's going on. They're just simply not there. If you were to go into the football match, you go to the stadium, you watch the footballer are the one who make things happen. They are the one that is trying to strike the goal. And then you have the spectators who will be screaming and shouting and feeling so excited because it's about watching another person becoming successful. And of course, there are also another bunch of people who are sitting inside that do not know what is going on because their family members brought them there and they're not interested in the game. They just sit down there and watch. I belong to the first group. I don't know about you, but I want to talk to you about being the first group here to make things happen. See, when you want to make things happen, you got to believe that you have got to have a dream. And to make that dream come true, you got to put in sacrifice. You got to put in the price for success. To put in the price to make that dream come true. You got to be the creator. You got to be the one who's going to go in there to make things happen. Not the one who is shouting and screaming and feeling excited. Those are the one who sit on the fence and watch the success parade go by. I want to be the first group. And to be in the first group, you must also anticipate that in every dreams that you have, you want to make that dream come true. In every dreams comes along the problems, comes along with the challenges. There will be challenges. You know what? Whenever we get into the street, watch. Whenever we get into the street and if there's a slight rain, people run for shelter. People look for umbrella. A little rain is good for your soul. Because without that rain, how can we see the rainbow? Just like going up to the top of the mountain, without walking that particular valley, how can we reach the top of the mountain? Mountain, everybody wants to go up there. It's a beautiful sight from there. But to walk the valley, that's where the creepy crawlies and snakes, lizards, and we don't like them. But without walking the valley, how can we reach the mountain? Without solving that problem, without going through those particular problems, how can we achieve that dream? That dream must come. I want to share with you a story to this morning. You probably have already heard so many times of this name called Thomas Edison. But what I'm going to share with you today is about the son, Charles Edison. See, Charles Edison, when he was a young man, the father was already 60 years old, but nothing happens. 40 years has already gone by. Thomas Edison could not make anything out of his own invention. There was no success at all. He was near to 60. He was already 60. Now, he couldn't make anything happen. 40 years has already gone by, nothing happens. And on this particular day, they were working together in the laboratory. The father was working on his project. The son was doing his own homework. Father was a little bit clumsy and he knocked one of the Bunsen burner and it knocked onto the table and there was a liquid and it caught fire. The fire spread from one table to another. And Thomas Edison knew that it was time to get out of the building when he could not contain the fire. And he told Charles Edison, let's get out of the building. And both father and son ran out of the building. And this is what happened next. That they're standing outside there looking at the building gutting up in smoke. The father turned to the son and said, go get your mom. And then when the mom came, the three of them just watching the building burning up. Thomas Edison turned to the wife and said, darling, what do you see? And the wife, filled with so much compassion, turned and hugged Thomas Edison and said, darling, it's over. I'm so sorry. Thomas Edison turned to the son and said, son, what do you see? And the son said, Dad, there goes your 40 years dream. Thomas Edison said to both of them, you all go on home. This is my dream, and I want to see that dream comes to the last piece of it. I want to stay until this dream turn into ashes. So the mother and child went back. Thomas Edison was there the whole night through. Daybreak. Charles Edison remember when he woke up, he remembered there was a burning site before he went to bed last night. He jumped out of the bed and ran to the burning site, and then he couldn't find the father there. The building was already gone. It's already turned into ashes, except for some pillars, concrete pillars still standing. The heat from the fire in that place was still so warm. And on the other side, he saw the father was just sitting on top of a rock, looking down, face filled with so much of pain and disappointment. Charles Edison went over to the father, hugged him and said, Dad, last night you asked us questions, and this morning I would like to ask you a same question. What do you see, Dad? Thomas Edison turned to the son and said, I see 40 years of my mistake up in smoke. Tomorrow we start all over again. Now, can you beat that? Can you beat that? When all the calamities, when all the challenges, when your whole world has crumbled, when your dreams have shattered, when everything is all turned into ashes, and yet you can still maintain the positiveness. And that's what Thomas Edison did. And it was exactly 1 year after that, he founded the incandescent light. Just so incredible. This story will be a story that will be able to enhance, that will be able to take you to the next level. Remember the story of Thomas Edison's 40 years of mistake up in smoke. Tomorrow we start all over again. In every dreams there will be pain. In every dreams there will be challenges. And when the challenges come, let's not quit. Let's go out there and say, I am made for this. This day will pass. I am made for this. This day will pass. You know, I'm 65 this year. When I started speaking, I was 24 years old. And the first 10 years of my life as a speaker was so incredibly difficult. Money was a challenge. Not only money was a challenge, but to get the market to accept me was another big challenge. I didn't have anything to fall back on. I don't have educations. I only got that Form 3 dropout certificate that I have to hide it because of shame. But until I found that certificate, that shameful certificate called Form 3 dropout, just a basic educations that I have. And I went after that and turned that into a strength. I would not want to let that certificate to be my problem. I turned that into my strength. I turned that to be my dream. I turned that particular certificate into something that I can hold on to and be proud of and say, yes, I'm made for this. I'm designed for this. I will make pass of this. And years went by, decades after decades. I was just sitting by together with Judy. On the other time, we were just looking out at the French Riviera, where Dr. Samuel took us to the top of the hill, and we were just looking out. Winds were blowing, and we had time to reflect about our lives. And it was right there I told Judy, and I said, you know, every dreams that I had over the last 6 decades, I have achieved all of them. But along the way, to make this dream come true, like I said, there's a lot of problem. Now, it's about you. It's not about me. I'm 65. I'm going to the next level. I'm going to do something else beyond this already. Now, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about your dream. I'm talking about how you want to make that dream come true. Because when you make that dream come true, when you want to make that dream come true, there will be problem. And I'm saying to you, when the problem comes, don't quit. When the problem comes, don't quit. When there is a little rain, don't duck and don't go and hide in the shelter. Don't go looking for umbrella. Because the rain is good for your soul. If you are not challenged, how can you change? So when you achieve your dream, along the way you are also being changed. Because the problem shaped you to become better. Just like the amount of problem shaped me to become who I am. The amount of wrinkles that I have today. 60 years ago, I don't have wrinkles. I was only 5 years old. 42 years ago, I don't have any wrinkles because I was only 24. But the wrinkles has formed. But each of this particular line that you see are the challenges that I have faced, are the hardship that I've gone through. And I want to remind you that you are made for this. If you really want to achieve your dream, anticipate the problem will come. And when the problem comes and you say to yourself, I am made for this, I will make it a pass. I will pass it. Believe it, that you can do it. Okay?